No, Travis Scott is back to doing festivals. It was announced the other day that Travis Scott is going to be doing some festival performances once again. It's not going to happen right now, by the way. We're talking in like 6 months, but it recently got announced and I wanted to talk about it because I wanted to talk about it. Simple. Let's talk about it. Now, La Flame, Travis Scott. Travis Scott, as we all know, has been heavy in the headlines for the last year as a result of the Astroworld Festival tragedy. That whole incident was absolutely horrible, and I feel deeply for the families of the 10 victims who passed. Looking back on a tragedy, it's sad that it actually happened. Like I said in my first video about this, man, no one goes to a festival to die, and it's unfortunate that it went down like that. Travis Scott was, of course, the man at the forefront of this tragedy. He obviously got a lot of criticism, a lot of hate, and a lot of disdain his way. Also, can't forget the endless lawsuits that have been coming his way and are still probably coming his way. Travis got cooked in the media like a good juicy steak got a cookout, and was getting a lot of flack. Okay, let's just say that. Don't want to go down that conversation too much, but if you see my videos on it, okay, you know my stance on it. I never thought Travis Scott was the only one to blame. At the end of the day, man, an event where 50,000 people are attending, it's going to be hard to control that kind of crowd no matter what way you look at it. Post this tragedy though, a lot of people have been asking, is Travis Scott going to do any more festivals? Is Travis Scott even going to be able to get booked for festivals? I've been waiting to see how it's going to play out, and now it looks like we got an answer. The other day, it was actually announced that Travis Scott is in fact back to doing festivals again. He's going to be headlining one and is co-headlining 2 others, and this is all going to happen in November. So he's going to be out in a couple different cities. The first one is Sao Paulo, which is in Brazil. He's also going to be out in Santiago, which is in Chile. And last but not least, he'll be out in Buenos Aires, which is in Argentina. All 3 of these performances he's going to be doing are essentially the same festival but in different cities. It's going to be hosted by Primavera Sound. So Travis is headlining the one in Buenos Aires. As for the other 2, he's co-headlining them. So the one in Santiago, Björk is right along his side as a headliner. And as for the Sao Paulo one, Lorde is along his side as a headliner. It's kind of interesting how all 3 of these performances are not in America but in South America. Does this mean that Travis Scott is having a hard time getting booked for all the major festivals in America? That's probably the case, but there might be another angle to this. I think this right here is some kind of power move on Travis' end, more so on the legal side of things, but we'll get to that in just a second. According to some sources, he's apparently going to be doing some festivals in the US as well, but these were the ones who got announced for now. Travis, I believe, might be doing this as a way to show, I guess, good faith. Probably something to do with all these lawsuits he's been catching. I would imagine that Travis' legal team is probably working harder than the babies after a tragic event like this, right? Travis and his team obviously know that he's going to be facing a lot of scrutiny from this point on. I think him doing these performances in South America is a very safe way for him to get back out there. One big reason why that's the case, well, because the tragedy happened in America. And one thing he can't control if he, let's say, decides to do a major festival in the States right now is the reception he's going to get. How are people going to react to Travis Scott being on stage at a festival after what happened? Overall, I don't think Travis will have any issues as far as connecting with a festival crowd again. At the end of the day, man, okay, just being objective, Travis Scott is a performer at heart and he does a damn good job at it. Also, depending on what kind of festival and what kind of audience we're talking about, the results may of course vary. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Will Travis do some festivals in the States before leading up to this? If he does, what is the reception going to be like? It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out when Travis is eventually back outside doing festivals. But yeah, Travis Scott back outside performing at festivals starting in November. Depending on if Utopia drops earlier, we might see him headlining some festivals in the States, but for now, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Any thoughts on this conversation, by the way? How do you guys think a Travis Scott performance at a festival is gonna be received post the Astroworld tragedy? Do you think he's gonna have any issues with connecting with the crowd or anything like that? Curious to hear what you have to say, so yeah, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and like this video, let's talk about this.